You know what? I'm gonna give you my personal opinion on basketball. I'll be honest with you. So when I was in seventh grade, I managed to make it to the basketball team, and I was even like the first game. I was in the starting lineup. It was weird because I didn't understand anything the coach was doing. He put me in the starting lineup, and we had a player who was way better. He was way better than everybody in our school league. You know what I mean? Like the schools within that city or that section of the city, that because we were facing other schools. He was way better than everybody, and I was like, well, there's really no competition. He's been playing since he was like 2 years old, an actual league since he was like 4. So, anyways, so as I believe, he put me as shooting guard. He put him as point guard, which I didn't understand. But he put him as, yeah, he put me as shooting guard, but he made the plays so that I would bring the ball up and I would handle the ball like almost like a point guard, which I didn't do a good job at. Didn't do a good job at all at basketball, to be honest. Not really. But let's get into basketball. So you do know that I actually played in a school competitive league versus other schools, and whatnot. Our team was horrible though. I had no issue with just. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into it, but our team did horribly. Okay, the following year I did not make the team, and that team won number one. In that city league, that the team actually won the championship. Which is odd, which is funny. But anyway, so I'm starting. I'm gonna be a bit critical of the sport, but I'm starting by being nice or talking about how I played. I don't know. I find it to be such a ridiculous sport. I can't watch basketball. Can't watch basketball, man. I can't watch it. There's people, in places and they love basketball. I know that basketball is a very popular sport in North America, in America and Canada. Yeah, basketball is very popular, right? It's so stupid to me. You know what I mean? I just don't understand what they're doing. They bounce that basketball. There's 10 freaking guys on this small little court. And then they bounce the ball down and they're always bouncing the ball and they can't kick the ball. That's called kickball. And then they got a rim that's 10 feet tall and everybody who's playing is tall. So I'm like, and believe me, I've seen this. I've seen guys, even white guys who played for the Canadian team. They will, But anyways, let's not talk about that. But I mean, in general, you got to be really tall to play it, and there's not really much going on. You know what I mean? I mean, what I don't like. Look, when you watch soccer, right? In the whole game, typically, what's the score? On average, it's like 2-1, 2-0. A goal is a huge thing. It's not easy to score a goal. In basketball, they just run down 2 points. The other team runs 2 points. At the end, they've scored over 100 points each. I find that so ridiculous. I'm like, what the hell is that, man? Like, this is a fucking stupid sport. I should mind my language. Or I should say, excuse my language. Ridiculous sport. I just think basketball is so stupid. You know what I mean? I got into it almost out of like pressure to get into it. I had some kind of relative. The relative I told you with the hijabi mom that didn't want me to come to his house or whatever. And they were supposed to be best friends with the said family, and yet she didn't want me anywhere near her house. Just retarded. But he apparently played for some league, and I thought, well, if maybe I'll get into it. I used to be like, I'm not like that anymore. I don't wait for somebody to open a door for me to go through it. You know what I mean? But anyways, that was the deal, and I just think it's a stupid sport, man. I mean, the rim is 10 foot tall, and everybody's 6'6" or taller. I'm like, dude, that's not even the average height for a black guy. You know what I mean? You guys are the tallest black guys. Doesn't make any sense. Yao Ming was 7'6". I didn't get that. You know what I mean? And I see centers. Typically, there's a lot of centers who are tall or 7 foot tall. They can't shoot a three for shit. They can't shoot the ball at all. All they do is just jump up and grab the ball. That's all they do. It's like the dumbest sport I've ever seen, man. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, man. It's stupid, man. Basketball is a dumb game, man. I'm sorry, it's a dumb game. you know what? I'll be honest with you. If you do any kind of time anywhere, you will find yourself with some kind of racist beliefs and thoughts. Yeah, I'll be very honest with you. When you go to jail, you go to any facility, even if you are the most friendly person in the world, by the time, even if you spent a year or two, right? When you come out, you're gonna have racism in you. I'll tell you that right now. I had a very open mind. I wasn't racist or anything until, you know what I mean? There was and the funny thing is that it was a lady in particular that works here. Till this day, she has keys to my room because the staff has the keys to the room. So she walks whenever I go out or I go somewhere. She comes and opens my door, and then she lets people steal from my room. And it's to the point that I can't put if I get anything in my, like if I get drinks or if I get snacks, I have to make sure that I get enough that I just finish it that day because she's gonna come in and steal it. So especially the days she works, she will always steal it. I tried to file a complaint. They went through with it and they accepted my complaint and she stopped for about 5 or 6 weeks and she went back to doing it. And she specifically targets me. I'm sure she steals from other rooms, but she specifically likes stealing from my room. And she's black, by the way. And I've said racist things like within earshot of her, not directly because I wanted her to understand how I feel. But I've been very openly racist here, really because of her. I remember I was telling a guy here before, I said, you know what, man, she really taught me to be racist to black people. I wasn't racist to black people before. She really taught me. I just, I don't know how she gets the support to come in every day and to still continue to steal and do it openly. I just don't get it. I can't keep anything in my room. She will open the door and someone will go in and steal it all the time. And it's ridiculous. Like, that's what I'm telling you. Like, Canada, the other night I criticized their human rights council or whatever, and they were cutting my videos, man. It was crazy. That's the first time that happened. Dude, there's no human rights in Canada, man. There's no human rights in Canada. Forget about it, man. There's no human rights in Canada. Canada is meant for people who are making 30 cents an hour in a third world country, and they come here and they make $15 an hour. You know what I mean? That's what Canada is for. That's it. That's the only benefit they'll give to these people is to make extra money. And what do? They hate living here, so they use all their money to buy a ticket back home and fly back home and give money to people there. That's really all it is. You know what I mean? It's the fact that the plane ticket is cheaper than what they're going to be earning. That's the reason there's so many coming here. But she really taught me to be racist to black people, I've never met a more conniving and ridiculous person in my life. I mean, even after we had an open issue and everything, and then we it was supposed to be settled in the form that she would not be assigned to me, and she still finds a way to come into my room and steal my pop. Still does it. I think it was last week I came into my room but the door locked, so it has to be a staff that comes in. Anyway, I'm not even gonna talk about that. It was ridiculous. First time it ever happened to me in my life. Somebody did that. And I started nice, and then but she just continually did it. And she's very black, by the way. She's very pro-black. And I've openly in front of guys here. I've talked about. I've said the N-word. I've said I don't like those people. You know what I mean? I had issues with other black staff before, but then they stopped, and it was just her, and she continues to do it. And she acts like she's Mother Teresa, but she's a fucking whore. She's like a cheap whore, Anyways, it's ridiculous. And like I told you, I wasn't I might have thought basketball was stupid, but I wouldn't have said it in that manner. I do say it in this manner now. It's a stupid game, and only black people play it. Like 99% of the people are black. And the funny thing is, the best player they ever had was only like 6 foot tall, and that was Allen Iverson. He was the shorter player because on average, the average height of an NBA player is about 6'6". That's the average, right? And he was 6 foot tall, or like 5'11". He could dunk. He never used to dunk. He used to lay it up all the time. He crossed out Michael Jordan. He was the best player that ever make it in the NBA. And the funny thing is, he never won a championship ring. He never won a single championship ring, even though, and I put this down. I put this down right now, man. I put this down. He was the best basketball player ever to ever play the game, was Allen Iverson. All right, and he never even won a ring. Okay, you know what I mean? That shows you how stupid that sport is. It's super stupid. And yeah, you do any time in any facility, man. Racism is the norm. I'll tell you that right now. Racism is the norm. Between any race, racism is the norm.